Hey guys, what's up? It's Jonathan with One Big Impact. Today's video is actually going to be the top 20 things that you need to know before traveling abroad. Let's check it out. Okay, so number one is obviously you're gonna need copies of your passports, and I don't care if you're like, oh whatever, I don't really need that, that's cool. No, send yourself a copy of it because you have no idea what's gonna happen. And if you get stuck at not immigration, but where you're, oh my gosh, what is it called? I think it's immigration. Maybe it's immigration. I've done this like so many times. Customs and stuff like that. If you're going through those, these people are going to give you a lot of problems, and you want to think about stress. That's stress. If you don't got your shit together, these people are not going to let you through. So be sure to make sure you have all of that paperwork, your passports, driver's licenses, any identifying information copied and sent to your email. That's something they taught me with the study abroad, so that's really important. The next thing is tell your bank you're leaving. Tell your credit card companies that you're leaving. Tell whoever you need to that you're leaving so that those cards can be activated and used. If you go to, say you call your bank and you're like, hey guys, yeah, I'm going to England, yeah, that's cool, whatever. And then you show up in Nicaragua or whatever, they're gonna be like, cancel, the card was stolen. And you need to make sure that they know exactly where you're gonna be at all times. My camera's weirdly refocusing right now. That's crappy. Do you see that? I know, I don't know how to use my camera. Please help me. I'm working on it. But so make sure, and that's like literally money issues are one of the things that you literally do not want to happen while you're gone. Number 3 is going to be travel insurance. If you're going to travel abroad, I did last year and I got extremely sick. Thankfully in London I found some, London and Ireland, I found some really good like natural homeopathic remedies that actually worked really well, but I did stay pretty sick for a solid like 2 weeks. So make sure, the worst thing you want to do is be not at home and not feeling well. So get your travel insurance. I will make a video if anybody wants me to, just let me know. If you want a video on how to find the right travel insurance and what to look for and what companies are the most affordable. So let me know if that's a video that you're looking for. Number 4 is get an idea of what the transportation consists of as where you're going. London is very different than Paris. Paris is very different than Germany, and Germany is very different than Italy. A lot of these places are going to have super fast trains, some are going to have super slow trains, extremely slow trains, or buses, or subways, or whatever. So make sure you understand what they are and how to get to and from your hotel, to major attractions and stuff like that. I don't want you to go crazy and like cycle plan your freaking everything before you go, but it is important to get a good understanding of what you're doing. Because I will promise you, instead of buying $60, $50 long train tickets, it's a lot more beneficial to get like a Brit Rail pass or whatever, and you pay for that for a full 30 days and it's unlimited, whatever you want to ride. So you can literally go anytime, and if you were to do like 20 trips individually times 6, what is that, like 1,200 bucks? So make sure you check that before you leave. That could be a very real reality that could save you tons and tons and tons of money. And I think that's what it's about. That's everybody's biggest excuse for not going abroad is, oh, I don't have the money. Well, you do have the money, you just have to do it the right way. So number 5 is also a very important one for me, I feel. Oh my God, pack light. Please listen to me when I say this. I went on a study abroad last year before I went abroad again by myself with about 30 kids, and I'm 15 years older, so I tend to pack a little bit lighter. I don't need a hairdryer and all kinds of bullshit. So it's important, make sure you just leave all that crap behind. If you have things that you could not live without and you know that they're not going to be over there, pack them. So be it, pack them. But things that only you need for sure. If you can fit everything inside a backpack, where's my backpack? Hold on. Where's my backpack? Hey, we'll be right back. I'm showing you my backpack. Okay. Oh, this is my backpack. This is literally my backpack that I use to go abroad each and every time. It is nasty looking right now, but I can divvy it up. Carabiners, throw some carabiners on there. Those things are great for grocery shopping because you can hang all kinds of sacks. Oh, another quick tip. They're going to charge you abroad for plastic bags. They're going to charge you like 5 cents or 5 pence or whatever per bag. So keep that in mind. It's not free to have bags or whatever. That's something that's going to cost you because, and honestly, if they did that here, we would probably be a lot less wasteful. So pay attention to that kind of thing. Also, I'm getting like major camera ball sack issues. That's a weird reference. Don't say ball sack issues. What does that even mean? So pack light. Get a backpack that'll fit on your back that's got like nice comfy straps. Don't worry about the style or the look of it necessarily as much as the functionality. This one, and the reason I have this one is the bottom. Hopefully there's nothing in there. Nope, nothing in there. This is actually a sealed compartment and it actually works also as like an ice chest, which is really cool. Or like dirty clothes, you don't want them funking up the rest of your backpack or whatever, which is nice. It's got these nice straps on the side. And then it's got multiple compartments and satchels in here with netting, as well as a laptop only compartment that gets really close to your back, which is nice. So pack light. Most of what you think you need, you probably don't. You're just used to having it when you're home. So the next thing is going to be number 6. Email yourself all your itinerary and make sure all your itinerary is in order. I got to London one time and I'll shit you not, I walked 18 miles to the hostel and I'm not going to name any names, but you're an asshole because you did not get the information correct. And I could not check into my room because one of the guys that had originally booked us and everything was actually screwed up and didn't do the correct information and didn't get his itinerary correct. Therefore, we weren't able to actually check into the hotel until hours later, which really sucked because we were all tired and overworked and everything. So make sure you have everything in order. Don't go crazy on it, but it doesn't hurt to make sure you can call those places and everything beforehand. Number 7, 7 lucky numbers. Call your cell phone company before you leave because this was a huge one and I did it twice I freaking did this. This is a problem. Get your shit together. When you get over there, you think that you're just gonna walk in there and be like, hey, what's up, bro? I'm in Italy, blah, blah, blah. You're not gonna do that because chances are your SIM card doesn't work, your phone's probably locked, and the carriers are completely different where you're going. Is it possible that your phone could work over there? Absolutely yes, that's definitely a possibility. But you're gonna have to go through some settings and it could take an hour up of your time to be able to understand that. You need to figure those things out before you leave so that while you're on the plane doing nothing, not rushing, trying to get transit to your first hotel, you're not trying to work your hotel or your phone because Wi-Fi is not going to work, GPS is not going to work, you're not going to be able to find out where the hell you're going. And honestly, yeah, in Mesa, Arizona, whatever, I can walk and figure out where I'm going. But in London, you have no fucking clue what you're doing. So remember that. You have to get the cell phone in order before you leave. Also, tell them you're leaving and ask if they have some type of international plan that you can switch to for the amount of time that you're leaving. Otherwise, you could be paying up to like $1 to $2 to $3 per minute for minutes to be able to call the US. So extremely unfavorable position that you'll be in potentially. So make sure that you get all that figured out before you leave. The next thing is number 8, get your meds before you go because chances are whatever meds you're taking in America or Australia or China or whatever, they're probably not going to have them and you need to make sure that you have those before you leave. Also, if you don't have a written prescription and your pill bottles, you need to leave that shit behind because customs is probably going to think you're trying to transport drugs and they're going to stick their hand in your butt. Nobody wants that, especially nobody. Just Nobody wants that. So be careful. Don't try to transport medications that's not properly documented. So the next thing is going to be number 9. I don't even know how to count. I can count. I'm in math class. 092, baby. Pay off as many of your bills as possible. If you have car payments, pay it a few months in advance if you're going a couple months. If you have credit cards, make sure those are paid off in advance a couple months before you go. If you have bank cards or anything that comes out of your bank account on a regular basis, make sure it's paid in advance, a few months in advance if you're going for a couple months, because that's the last thing you want to do, is constantly be checking your bank account, because you're already going to be doing that anyway, because you're spending tons of money and watching these transactions fly by your face. What is that, John Cena? Can't see me now? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Shh, calm down. Calm yourself down. Which comes into number 10. Don't plan too much. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to scan down to my list because it's hard for me to keep track of everything. Slow down. I mean, slow your ass down. And I am like famous for walking multiple miles every day and stressing myself out trying to get places. But that's me, how I operate. A lot of people aren't going to operate that way, and it's going to freak them out. I work well under pressure, and I like going full blown. That's my thing. But I always have to tell myself, slow down, enjoy it, go to a park, chill, have a conversation with somebody, have some coffee, sip a drink, do whatever you got to do. Have lunch in a park, see what the locals are doing, go where the locals are going and stuff like that. Get on a local website or whatever so that you can see what they're doing and you can join them, and just slow down, take it in. Don't try to plan too much. You're probably going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm in Italy and I'm going to be here for 72 hours. I need to plan something for every 3 hours. I promise you, like, okay, so say for instance you're going to Paris, right? And you're going to Paris and you're like, yeah, you know what, I want to see the Mona Lisa, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But remember, when you're going to the Louvre is literally about 50 to 100 American shopping malls stacked on top of each other and wide. It is enormous. It would take you months to be able to see the entire Louvre Museum. Is it okay that you want to see those things? But yes, it is perfectly fine. But if you're going to the Louvre Museum and you want to see the Elgin Marbles, and you want to see, which is actually, I believe, at the British Museum, now that I think about it. But if you're wanting to go to one of those major attractions, maybe look out how actually big those things are, because you need to focus your attention on creating an actual allotted time for that. So if you're going to go to the Louvre, maybe 8 hours is good if you want to see a couple of attractions. Not, I want to see everything in 45 minutes. You're going to be standing in the fucking line for 3 hours. Don't tell me you're going to be in and out of there in 45 minutes. It's just not going to happen. That's like also in Paris. The Paris catacombs. I'm like, you know what, I could see him in like 45 minutes, an hour tops or whatever. Dude, I stood in the freaking cold for like 4 hours just to get in the building. I'm shitting you not. Like, prepare for these things. Go on times that people aren't extremely busy. If you want to see the catacombs, get your ass early in the morning and be first in line, then you'll be first out. Yes, you're still gonna stand. These people are coming from all over the world to see these things. So don't plan too much, just slow down. The next thing is, I got my list here, it's all screwed up. Number 11, get a duplicate credit card. Definitely. That's a big one. I promise you, you will thank yourself later if you get a duplicate credit card. If you can't get another credit card, add a user and maybe add yourself as the other user. Sometimes that works. Also, if that doesn't work, get a duplicate account that you can actually have an additional card to that you keep separate from all your other stuff. So if you have like one of those weird freakishly gay fanny pack things or whatever that I kind of like, but I just can't wear one because people look at me funny. Who cares what everybody thinks? It's a fanny pack. It's cool. It's freaking functional, man. I'm old. I'm not old. I'm 35. But still, I like fanny packs. What the hell? I like gay shit. I like gay music too. It's cool, bro. But anyway, the important thing is to have a backup plan, because if you're the only person going and you have a credit card, if something happens, God forbid, knock on wood, if you lose it or whatever, you want to make sure that you have a backup, because being out of money in a foreign country is a bad idea. Yes, you can get another card shipped to you, but that could take as long as 7 days. Capital One, I know, is actually based in Nottingham, England, I believe, and that was kind of convenient. So maybe you could just go hit up one of their local branches if that does happen. Okay, so number 12. How do you do a number 12? Number 12 is know the basics of the communication where you're going. So if you're going to China, maybe you should be able to say please, thank you, where's the bathroom, and things like that, as well as merci or cheers or whatever, depending on where you're going. I haven't got to go to the Asian countries yet, but I'm working on it. I have plans for the future. Actually, I don't have plans for the future. Totally freaking lying. But I'm gonna create them now, so that's okay. Just know the basics, and it's not because you like. The worst thing you want to come off as is a lot of people think Americans are extremely arrogant, and we're really not. And or if you're from Australia or China and you're going to America, just know a few of the basic things, because I promise you, like when you come up to somebody and they're in your country for the first time and they're actually trying to communicate, and they've spent time trying to learn what you speak, especially Paris is extremely, they're very they love their language a lot, and that's okay, that's perfectly fine. They don't want to conform to what you do, so you're going as a guest in their country, just conform with a few words, and trust me, you're going to be a lot more liked if you do so. The next thing is number 13. 13 is find where the local tourist office is. And I kid you not, in Nottingham, I've been there multiple times. I probably went there 20 times in the last trip. It's free information, you guys. It's free. It's completely 100% free. Excuse me. If they're going to sit there and they're going to be bored and nobody goes in there, they love when you go in there. They love to hear about where you're from. They love to hear about your travels, your stories, and things like that. They're going to tell you if it's more feasible to use a bus to get somewhere, or if it's more feasible to use a train, or what the best way to travel is, what free attractions, what festivals are going on, what music concerts are going on, and stuff like that. They're going to be able to tell you tons of useful information, or if something gets a student discount, or just really cool, valuable information that you're never going to learn from anybody else. So extremely important, find your local tourism office, get like a rough idea where it is, and then hit that sucker your first day, and it'll save you tons of time and money. Trust me, those guys are actually trained to do that, which is cool. And it's free, it doesn't cost you any money. The airports will also have kind of like guides and stuff like that. So usually they're not as good as the local tourist offices, but they're definitely a good start if you're kind of freaked out in a new country, and they will speak your language usually. So number 14, I can't count, fuck it. I can't count. I just fucking can't count. It's too many numbers. Number 14 is buy your own clothes at home. Last year when I went, I was, I think, 275 pounds. I'm like 200 pounds now, so it might be a little bit easier. A lot of the clothes in England are built for people that are like that big. They're that big. They're little bitty tiny people, and I'm not a little tiny person. Even now at 200 pounds, I'm still a bulky, how would you say that, stocky guy. And the clothes just are not built for us. They're not built for, I think Americans on average are a little bit taller and a little bit wider than their counterpart over there in England and Europe and stuff like that. So make sure you have your clothes. I made a huge mistake the first time I went, and I think that kind of was why I had such a bad time. I could not, I brought crappy clothes. I'm like, whatever, I'll just go shopping when I get there, I'll be fine. Dude, I swear to God, like, I did not find a single shirt that fit me the whole time. Not a pair of pants. I wore the same pair of pants for a freaking month. It was horrible. And everybody else was like dressed to the nines, and they looked great and stuff, and they were bagging on me, and it was like a shitty ass time. So especially if you're going to like Asian countries, bring your shoes, because nobody's gonna have size 13 shoes. Nobody's gonna have size 3X shirts and stuff like that. And if they do, you're gonna end up screwing up and buying whatever crap. Oh, this is important too. Whatever time of year that you're, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of feedback as well as I'm going along. If you're going in winter to England, Ireland, wherever, bring a fucking coat. Bring 5 coats. I don't care. Oh my god, it was so cold when I went last year in like February or March or whatever it was. It was freezing. Here it was fine, but when we got over there, I have like this scarf I got and I looked like a lion, and but I paid like 12 bucks for the scarf. I paid like 40 bucks for a freaking a hoodie that I could have got for like 10 bucks at Walmart or something. So make sure you dress accordingly. If it's gonna be hot, don't be wearing thick ass pants everywhere, because you're gonna end up carrying shit around that you don't need. So make sure that you're only bringing what is necessary for that time of year in that part of the world. I don't think having a backup plan like a little light coat, if it is chance that there's gonna be some crazy weather like England, it's always gonna rain. So bring a light coat, maybe a small little pocket umbrella or something, some little, some closed-toed shoes and stuff. Just dress accordingly. Number 15. Is don't bring 5 pairs of shoes. I did. I didn't use any of them. I used 1 pair the whole time. You don't need 5 fucking pairs of shoes, because you're not gonna do 5 types of different things in a month or 2 months or whatever. You're not gonna go, maybe you will, if you're a chick, maybe you'll have like 2 or 3 pairs of shoes. 1 to go out clubbing, 1 to go out running, and maybe 1 for the beach or something like that. And that's usually plenty. Maybe sneakers, okay? Maybe, wait, that's for running. Anyway. So number 16 is do your research on the area. If you're going to an area that you're not familiar with, do your research on the area. So a lot of people make this mistake. They're like, oh, I want this hotel that's $5 cheaper or whatever. And I did that last year in Dublin, Ireland. And I kid you not, it took me 6 fucking buses to get my ass into the city to save myself $5. You know how much it costs each way to go to freaking Dublin? Now that I think about it, that sucked. That was probably like the worst experience ever. It cost us, 2 of us, 24 bucks a day to commute to the city, one way. $48 extra I paid to stay at the airport. That made no sense whatsoever. I should have listened to the chick I went with and actually stayed there, and that would have been a hell of a lot easier. But you know, I'm hard-headed, I'm a dude, I'm always right. Wrong, I'm always wrong. So do a little bit of research on the area. If it says 0.9 miles, 0.9 miles from what exactly? Because that's what mine said. It was not 0.9 miles. It was like 90 miles. It was so freaking far, and it was like a 2-hour commute. So do your research. Number 17 is remember that most things can be bought there. You're not going, I mean, if you're going to like, I don't know, Bangladesh or some crap like third world country that's not like built up yet, maybe you should think about bringing the essentials. But if you're going to England, dude, they're gonna have power adapters, they're gonna have socks, they're gonna have washcloths, they're gonna have towels, they're gonna have all that shit. Like, I promise you, most of what you're going to think you need, shampoos and stuff like that. Yeah, I get it, chicks are specific on that stuff, but most of that stuff can be found abroad. So don't take shit that you don't need. I just don't want you to carry all this crap and you're gonna be getting charged extra for baggage and everything like that, because they got like Poundland, they got Primark. Primark's like Walmart, but like 5 times cheaper. I don't even know how, and it's like 10 times better shit. But Poundland is like a dollar store, and they literally have everything that our dollar stores have, plus some. They got like ibuprofen and everything. Trust me, many, many hangovers in England. The next thing is save money. You need to save money. Don't get down to the wire and think, well, I think I saved enough money. Save more. Save as much as possible. If you are going for a week and you're going to say England or whatever, and you got $1,000 and remember, you have to eat, you have to lodge, you have to party. Maybe you have to party. I like to party. What the hell? It costs money. That shit ain't free. Nobody wants you coming to England with your broke ass trying to freaking take some damn money from them. No, you need to pay your own way, and sometimes it's really nice to be able to buy a local a drink, and that's how you are able to break some ice sometimes. I'm not saying every day, all day, but if you saved $1,000 for a week, it's not gonna hurt to save $1,500 or $2,000 or whatever. You know, forbid that you gosh forbid, I should not say the other name, but gosh forbid that you actually enjoy yourself and splurge a little. It's a once in a lifetime thing for a lot of people. For me, I'm going to be a lifelong traveler, and it's not going to be a one-time thing for me. But if it is, splurge, have fun. Don't worry about putting a noose around your freaking pocketbook like you're some kind of cheapskate. Because if you're a cheap ass, you probably shouldn't be going over there anyway, because nobody wants no cheap ass flying over there. Seriously. The next thing is, number 19 is, do not cash advance your credit cards. Trust me. Trust me, don't do that. Do not cash advance your credit cards. And why I say that is I'm still in huge debt from last year because I cash advanced my ass off on my credit card. And I didn't even need to. I thought it was a good idea because the first time I went, I was like, you know, they told me to get cash out once a week or whatever. Horrible freaking idea. First of all, you lose money in the United Kingdom if you're coming from America. So like if you bring 5,000, it's going to shrink down to 3,500. And then if you, once you do the money transfer, the 3,500 shrinks down to 3,250. And then once you do what they charge you to take the money out at the ATM, you're like 3,150. So the more you go down, it's just frustrating. If you do a cash advance fee, not only is your credit card company going to charge you interest on the money that you're spending, but they're going to charge you an additional double interest for taking money out, cash money out. So if they're charging you 29.99% interest rate for just interest for using that card, they're also going to charge you an additional 29.9% interest for taking fucking cash out. You're going to pay 60% interest. I'm saying what that means is if you take $100 out, you're going to pay 160 back. That's fucking horrible, and I've been doing it all year, so please be warned. If you have free cash advance, take advantage of that. That's fine. But as a general rule of thumb, most people take a credit card, so just do that. The next thing, last thing, and final thing is number 20. Number 20. See, I can count again. Number 20 is get ready and have an amazing fucking time. Do not let this be your last time. I know I said for some people this is going to be a once in a lifetime thing. Get your ass out there and have a fucking blast. Like, I apologize for cussing so much, but have fun. Seriously. You guys, I hope you had an awesome time. If you guys liked our videos, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. I will be doing 10 countries this year. If you guys want to see anything special, I'm going to be hitting like some European countries. I haven't like hammered it out, but shh, I just bought my ticket. I'm so fucking excited. And I'm going in like 3 months. Just don't tell nobody. So, the important thing is that you make sure let me know what you want to see. I'm looking for like Italy, Germany, some different places like that. So I'm trying to keep it quiet. I haven't told anybody. So if you do like our videos, and if there's something that you want me to cover as far as travel, because I am learning. I've only been to 6 countries so far, but after this year it's going to be 16 roughly, and probably more than that because I'm gonna have to travel through a bunch of them or whatever as I like meander all over the world. So if there's countries that you want me to go to, please feel free to donate me a plane ticket because that's literally the biggest expense. Oh, if you want me to make a video on how I find the cheapest plane tickets, I just found a round-trip plane ticket from Phoenix, Arizona to Frankfurt, Germany for $7.79, and then with my credit card miles it'll be $5.79. So $5.79 round trip to Germany from Arizona. So if you want to know how I did that, please comment in the section below and tell me you'd like to see that. Thanks guys, and remember to have happy travels. Peace.